What's up, y'all? My name is Aaron Mallory, aka Mr. Let Go, and today we're about to talk about the advantages of learning and understanding how men think. This can actually make you money. You want to know how? Let's get it. All right, the other day I was watching this video of a brother named Kevin Spencer on YouTube. And he was having this conversation with this young lady, and it was very intriguing. They were talking about relationships and the Bible, right? I'm not necessarily the Bible person, so that's why I'm talking to you from their conversation. He asked her, what does she think women are on this earth for in particular, right? This is according to the Bible. And she said, well, women are on earth to multiply and procreate. You know, without women, we wouldn't be able to multiply. We all know that, right? He said a woman is meant, according to the Bible, to be a man's helpmate. And after that, procreation, multiplication happens.
Mm-hmm. You're a Christian. What is a woman's purpose?
A woman's purpose is to serve the Lord with her life.
That is not
how she lives her life.
That is not a woman's
honoring God.
That is not a woman's purpose, according to Christianity or the Bible. It's very clear. A woman's purpose.
Are you talking about submitting to husband?
No, a woman's purpose is to be helpmeet to man.
Your purpose be the helpmate. Okay,
okay. So in the simple terms, a woman's purpose is man in Christianity. You have no purpose without a man here. If you did, God could have easily created Eve before Adam. God gave Adam the commandments, and he put him in charge of the garden.
And this is what I derive from that. I think this is one of the biggest reasons why we as a culture, Black people, have so many single parent households, because there seems to be a huge discrepancy in a woman's purpose. And this is not me going against women. This is simply me talking about this particular conversation and how it actually has changed us as a culture. Because other cultures, white, Asian, Indian, those cultures don't seem to have the same problems as we do. And I'm not going to talk about slavery or anything like that. We're literally just going to talk about this belief system. So the belief system, according to what this woman said, and what a lot of other women have said indirectly, women to a certain degree feel like they deserve a baby, which is okay. But the biggest issue with this feeling of I deserve a baby, I deserve a child, I have a right to, we're taking the father out of the equation. See, like he said, because this isn't necessarily coming from me, women are helpmates to men, meaning that the man is the head, the man is the beginning. And when you just take that part out of the equation because you feel like your purpose in life is to make children instead of being a helpmate, you literally put yourself in a position where you're not necessarily taking the time to understand this person that you're looking or supposed to be looking for to be a helpmate of. See, if you aren't looking to be a helpmate of a man and you're just looking to have a child by a man, and I'm not saying women don't want to get married, but it seems like the main goal is to have a child. That is a huge issue because you're not taking the time and your friends aren't taking the time and the female family members in your family aren't taking the time to understand men. So nobody older than you is able to teach you about men. Nobody your age is able to teach you about men. And a lot of Black women aren't open to listening to other men teach them about men. So you have this whole I would say 4 generations of women who are just going around not understanding men at all. And we're pretty simple. But when you are reluctant to understand the opposite sex, when you're reluctant to really get along with the opposite sex, how do you see or imagine being able to spend the rest of your life with the opposite sex, being able to cohabitate with that particular person in order to raise the child that you want so badly? Let's look at this in a different way. Say you have your job, right? But there's a new job opportunity out there that would literally get you at a minimum $30,000 more per year than you make now. It's like a 30 to 40 to 50 to 60, because I said 30 is the minimum. That means you can make $100,000 more a year, $50,000 more a year. It all depends on you. And all you have to do is to understand 2 particular pieces of machinery. And it's not necessarily that hard to do. There are people who spent 4 to 6 years in college and they can't make $100,000 more than they make now. I mean, this is added to what you're making. So if you're making 30, 40, 50,000, this means you can make 50 more thousand on top of what you're making. All you have to do is understand these 2 pieces of machinery. Would you do it? Of course you would. So what is this particular machinery I speak of? Simply understanding men, how they think, how they operate, what they want, what they need, what they don't want, what they don't need. And the second piece of machinery is understanding yourself. See, I've counseled, I've observed thousands of women. The trend seems to be the same. They don't understand men. And a lot of women don't understand themselves. A woman is saying a minute, like, I don't really know what I want. Like, if you ask a woman, what does she want? She'll take a second to answer because she doesn't really know. And I'm not saying what type she likes, what she actually wants. And if she does answer that, it'll be really vague. Oh, someone who's nice, someone who's loving. But I mean the things that you actually need, the things that you actually want, the things that you actually don't want. A lot of women don't know. So let's go back to this machinery. Because I'm sure you're thinking like, okay, so how does this machinery help me make more money? It'll be a 2-parent household. You'll have help. And a lot of you, if you learn to understand men better, you may not even have to work anymore. Just imagine how many hours you work, how much work you put into everything you do, how hard it is being a single mother, how much easier it would be if you actually had a husband. But of course, you think you're doing all the things that you're supposed to do in order to get a husband. But like I said, you aren't paying attention to your own actions. You don't understand what you're saying to other people, what you're listening to from other people. You're not paying attention to what your friends are saying. You don't realize how much bad information you're getting on a normal basis. If you simply took the time to understand how men think, you can literally exponentially advance your income. You can literally change your child's life because your child will literally have another parent. Do you know how much it sucks only having one parent? You bring a man into your life who makes $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 and you add that money to the money that you're making. You add that parent to the child that only has one parent. Do you see how big that would be to you and your children's lives? And all you have to do is understand these 2 pieces of machinery. your own emotions, your own issues, your own belief system that may be holding you back. And then men are very simple. We are very simple beings. But it seems that women are reluctant to take the time to learn about the opposite sex. You'll go through 4 to 6 years in college and still end up leaving college, graduating, and you don't even get a job in the field that you went to college for. So that means you'll spend all those years trying to learn something that you realize that you're not even interested in the first place. But the one thing you're interested in, marriage, love, family, you don't take the time to learn about that because men don't think like women and women don't think like men. So it would behoove you to study the one thing that you actually want, the one thing that can actually give you financial freedom, a father to your child. All you have to do is take the time to understand men. But before you do that, you have to first let go of your debilitating belief systems. Unlearn literally everything that you've learned from your mother. Unlearn everything you learned from your aunt. Because most likely they were single just like you are. So how can they teach you something that they have not been able to actually accomplish? I want you to understand how not having a man in your life, because you can't necessarily get along with the men because you don't understand them. You don't realize how much your life can change, because it's not about how men are trash or men are this or men are that. It's that you don't understand them. When the communication is totally off, regardless of who you're paired up with, it's not going to work out. If you and another person, whether it's a supervisor, a coworker, a friend, you and another person are on totally different wavelengths. You and that other person is not going to work out. So all I ask you to do is to change your belief system. And I'll go back to the beginning of this video and say, if you are a person that follows the Bible, just understand that a woman is meant to be a man's helpmate. That is part of your purpose. And out of being a man's helpmate, you'll procreate and you'll multiply and you'll bring children into the world. Because your purpose is not simply to make children because you feel like you deserve to make children. Your purpose is to be a man's helpmate. See, women in particular have abilities that men don't have. And that is, of course, to birth children, right? So imagine somebody who knows that they have the ability to fly in particular, right? They know that they have the ability to fly. And as a kid, they cannot wait to utilize this ability to fly. So once this kid is like 16, 17, whatever they've been told, that this ability actually comes into fruition. And I would say the average girl is like 16, 15. She's able to make children, right? What do you think they start wanting to do? They want to fly. They want to utilize this gift that they've been given. So next thing you know, they start jumping off of stuff. They know they have this ability, so they start trying to utilize it, right? But they don't understand the ability. The key word, they don't understand things enough. They fall in their face, and they keep falling on their faces. And they keep skinning up their knees. They keep skinning up their elbows. They keep hurting themselves because they want to utilize this ability so badly. Instead of sitting down and learning how to fly, learning what comes with the ability to fly. You have a God-given ability, and some of you literally cannot wait to use it. But before you use it, you have to understand the machinery. If this video helped you, make sure to leave a comment below because I would love to see what you guys think about this. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, put me on post notifications. Y'all have a wonderful day.